Hi, Willard kindergartners. Before we start today's math lesson, please make sure you have your workspace available. Pen and paper or pencil and paper are just fine. So yesterday you were learning with Miss Dodd how to write a number sentence in subtraction using words. Today we are going to replace those words with a math symbol called the minus sign. Before we left school, some of you were introduced to this character, Linus the Minus, but in case you didn't, I thought it would be great to read the poem because it really helps us understand what subtraction really is. So it's called Linus the Minus. Linus the Minus is a naughty young lad, always taking away. He's oh so bad. When he comes around, you will end up with less. He makes a big difference, but he'll never confess. So I really do like that part where it says, when he comes around, you will end up with less, because that's what subtraction really is. You start with a whole and you take some away and you always wind up with less. So let's take a look at a problem that would look similar to the way you were doing it yesterday. So if the number story said something like, there were 5 parrots in a tree, you would draw 5 circles. And then if we said 2 flew away, you would cross out 2. And then the beginning of the number sentence would look something like this. And you would start with the whole, which is 5. And then we would be able to read it 5, take away. We took 2 away. And you'll notice that the last part of the number sentence is missing, because today we're only going to practice replacing take away with minus. Okay, so let's give that a try. So if we were writing the same problem, we would write it just the same way, starting with the 5, which is the whole. And instead of writing the words take away, we will use the minus sign, which also means take away. So you would still read it the same way. 5, take away 2 represents the same picture right up here, just in a different way, just replacing the words with a symbol. So when you go ahead and do your independent practice work today, it will look something like this. It will have a picture, looks like a subtraction picture. It will have it in words, and then you will have to write it using the minus sign. So it would be something like this. So you count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 eagles. Take away 2. So here we would practice the same whole. Take away, instead of writing take away, we're going to use minus, but we can still read it the same way. 6, take away 2. And that's all they're going to ask you to do today. So let's try one more. 7, take away 3. So it's the same way if you write it like this. 7, take away 3. So we're only practicing replacing the takeaway words with a minus sign. There are a few tricky ones that you may encounter when you're doing your independent practice, so I thought we would try. Sometimes they will have this part written already. So let's practice that. So if they give you something like this, 5, take away 2, they may want you to draw a picture that matches this equation. So let's try that. The whole is 5, so we would draw 5 circles. And then you would have to take away 2, and we do that by just crossing them out. So this picture matches this problem that was already given to me. And then over here, they'll give you a number story, and you have to do both the picture and the first part of the number sentence. So they may say something like, there are 4 cookies. And I ate 1. Okay, so this is the picture that represents that number story. And now I'd have to write the number. So 4 was the whole, that's what we started with, minus 1. So that was the only tricky one I saw that you may encounter when you do your work on your own. Okay, so today you're just practicing using that minus sign, and you might want to read that poem again, minus the minus. All right, have fun.